Hi, I'm Deborah with Deborah's Furniture and Decor, and today I want to introduce you to my daughter, Elizabeth.
Hi, y'all.
Yeah, she's going to be working with me today on this project. So this is an old 1940s cedar chest. It's in very poor condition. It was given to me by an elderly friend who also gave me another piece that I loved and tried to really keep it in its original form, restoring it into its natural beauty. This, though it has a maker's mark, it's not really that valuable. And also, I'm excited about taking this old piece of furniture, restoring it to something new for someone in this generation, a young girl, young boy, someone who would like to have this now. And I think that it just allows it to continue to live on generation to generation. It can always be redone in the future. But we're excited, aren't we, Lizzie, about what we're going to do with this piece?
Oh, yeah.
So I took off the legs and I'm doing some sanding just to smooth out some of this wood on the bottom. You can see it's got a few dings and stuff, which I'm not going to fix all of that, but I do add some Bondo in some of the places that have deep gouges where I'm going to add the legs. This is fun. If you have your legs and you take out the screw part that's inside your leg, you can actually attach it to your drill and then use your drill to put that into your hole to make sure it's really nice and secure. And I just screwed these legs on. And again, these are legs I already had in my stash from another piece of furniture. And then I take the Bondo, which is a two-part epoxy system, and I fill in some of these holes. It hardens harder than wood, and so when I go to drill into this Bondo, it's going to hold my legs nice and secure. There's some other repairs I had to do, so you can see the clamp there. I needed to glue some of the veneer together. And I'm going to add Bondo to other places on this chest because there's a lot of dings, dents, scratches. Some of the trim has some missing wood, and so I go ahead and I do add Bondo to all of that. But I don't fix everything because this is an old chest and we are going to add so much color and fun that I did feel like it needed to be a totally smooth surface. So here I am just adding the Bondo.
Creating a clean canvas, you might say.
There's just cracks in the veneer. It's not peeling at all, but I wanted to fill those cracks in with the Bondo so that when I sand it, it'll be nice and smooth. And then it won't have any continued kind of peeling away.
Now, you might not have wanted to do what we're going to do with this if this piece had been in slightly better condition, but it was pretty beaten up.
Yeah, and I forgot to clean it first. That's what that was all about. And sometimes that happens, so you want to clean your piece first, but if you forget to do that first because you just get excited about starting to work on it, just go ahead and clean it as soon as you realize that hasn't been done. And thankfully I hadn't done all the sanding, so I was able to clean it and to sand it smooth in the areas where there's Bondo, and then just scuff sand all the other areas. So that's what I'm doing here. Then I took spray primer and I gave it 2 coats, and then I spot sprayed some areas that needed a little extra. And you can see it looks great. It's just already starting to look so beautiful. Look at all these colors. We're so excited.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be revealing some of the ideas pretty soon. Here I'm just trying to get this ready for when Lizzie comes in and she's able to start working on it. So I give it some paint on the side.
Whoops.
And I said, well, they can't see what I painted it with. So I tried to show you, and the paint, I spilled it all on the ground. And then here's the blue side. And then I'm going to do a little bit on the top. Here's some of the colors that we're going to be using. I wanted to try to blend these colors so that when Lizzie came over, she could just start painting the designs. But I found out very quickly blending is not as easy as I thought, especially using the paint that we're using. And it was so hot outside. But anyway, that's what I'm doing here. Go ahead, Lizzie, tell them some of the things that we're going to be doing on this piece.
Well, I was inspired by Lisa Frank. It's something that I loved as a child, and now as a nostalgic millennial, I think her designs are so fantastical. They're just so much fun, full of life. Nothing bad ever happens in a Lisa Frank design. And so I wanted to incorporate that sort of sense of whimsy in a collaborative piece with my mother.
I would be considered vanilla ice cream. What would you be considered, Lizzie?
probably like Pop Rocks candy.
That's true. So we're different that way. So tell us about just your inspiration for this project.
Well, I'm so proud of my mother and everything that she's done. She's always encouraged me in my art, and I wanted to give back a little and also push her maybe a bit out of her comfort zone. So Lisa Frank was our inspiration here. You can see her designs are very varied, and yet they're so maximalist. There's color, there's lots of things happening and going on. And so we wanted to bring that sort of whimsy and fun into the piece.
And this was the worst day. It was so windy and the pollen was everywhere. So I had to constantly bring out the blower and try to blow it all away. And then the wind would come and blow it off the roof. But it was still fun. And here we are with the old Lisa Frank toys that you played with, Lizzie.
Oh yes, I loved the Lisa Frank cats. They were my favorite, but I am a cat lover, so that's no surprise. We were really excited about incorporating the many different aspects of Lisa Frank because she did so many different things. She did spots, she did stripes, she did all kinds of patterns, she did, people. So we were excited to pull that inspiration into this piece and try to embody what was Lisa Frank as a whole, not necessarily one individual piece.
Right. And this is a desk that was given to me by a friend too, and so I painted it, gave it a fresh coat of white paint, and here I'm just trying to do some blending again, which Lizzie has to rescue me from later, but just so I have something to work on while she's working on this piece.
Yes, and about that blending, no joke, it was very difficult to do with the Florida heat making the paint dry so quickly. I actually used a spray bottle to help with the blending, which is a delicate balance. We spent a lot of time trying to get smooth blends, and I'm satisfied with what we ended up with.
I am too. It really turned out beautiful. And we were trying to use up all of our old paint, and so a lot of it was craft paint, acrylic paint, just old paint. Some of it was not opaque enough, and so we had to continually do coats, and of course we tried to put some white primer behind it so that color would come through. There was a lot of different challenges, to be honest, and it took so much longer than we thought, but it was still so much fun. And if we had chalk paints, they're so blendable. Yeah. Oil paints are blendable, and probably even your acrylic paints if you have good weather. But our heat really was a battle, wasn't it?
It was. But Hunter was one of the main characters of Lisa Frank, very popular, and that's where the spots are. That was my Hunter. I played with him all the time. Had so much fun. Actually, my brother and I used to play with him, and so we did a lot of research. And one thing that my mother really wanted to incorporate was rainbows. I kind of resisted it at first, honestly. I was really full into spots, but I'm so glad that's what we ended up doing because they came out so bright and so colorful. I can't wait for you to see it at the end.
It just gave it that finishing touch. And here I'm adding shellac spray as my sealer. We had to give it several coats of shellac. And here are both pieces completely finished with the hearts, the rainbows, the spots, the stars we added.
The stars.
Yeah, and just this beautiful top for the desk. It turned out so whimsical, just like you said, and just beautiful and fun and colorful. And I think it's a unique, one-of-a-kind piece with both those two pieces together. And I'm just so glad we did it. It was so much fun.
It was so much fun. I find that so many things nowadays are based on either resale value or someone else impressing someone else. And I just think that life's too short for that. Sometimes you really do have to go for it. You gotta be a little wild. Not all the time, but a little wild can be fun. It can be invigorating.
Yes, I agree. And it needs to be something you love, not what someone else has loved. What
Absolutely.
do you love? Do the things that you love, and it'll have value because you love it. And there's someone out there who's going to love it too.
Yes, I guarantee it.
Yeah, and we hope you enjoyed watching this kind of unique and different video today. And we just appreciate those that subscribe and like and are part of this channel. So have a great day, guys.